republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Guns, self-defense, concealed carry. This is the Patriot Defense Podcast. From the war room in Idaho's high desert, here's your host, Todd Echols.
And I am back once again. It is Sunday afternoon, and I am tucked away in the war room somewhere in the high desert of southern Idaho. And it's as usual. Well, not as usual, but every now and then it's just me doing the podcast. And today, that is one of those days. And so I'm not quite sure how long a show this is going to be. The older I get, the more forgetful I get. And I just realized that it's my dad's birthday. So I have got to get this done. My wife just kind of reminded me that it's my dad's birthday, and it's not a big deal. I don't even remember my kids' birthdays. I'm lucky if I remember mine and remember how old I am anymore. But I've got to make this real quick here. I know I'm typically scheduled to do this later on in the afternoon. It's you guys won't know this, but it's about noon, and I typically do this at 3. And instead, I got to get this thing done because I've got to run over and go say hi to my dad at least, right? I mean, it's the right thing to do. So I got to get that done. I'm trying to think if there's any news that we got that I got to talk about. Really, not really. Just prepping for a permit class this Saturday. I did have a class yesterday, kind of a private class that I did for a group of gals. I call them the Staley girls. They're all sister-in-laws and mother-in-law, and they're a great group to work with. And they signed up for we actually created a women's group just for them, and kind of customized that. And where they're meeting once a month from now until November, I believe. We kind of worked up some classes for them, kind of worked up a custom price for them, and set that all up. And so they came out yesterday, and we started with the trigger press. You know, one of the basic fundamentals. Made sure the grip was good and the trigger press were good, and they were here for a couple hours, and we worked them through probably about 75 rounds of just the 50-50 drill. Right, just learn that trigger press, learn that trigger reset. And combine that with the 50-50 drill. What that is kind of like dry fire on steroids. It's part dry fire and part live fire. And I know I've talked about it before, but I'll go over it again because I know we might have some new listeners or someone who doesn't understand what the 50-50 drill is. I do know that some drills have multiple names. So let's talk about what this is. We've actually first started out with actual full-on dry fire. We did that in the classroom. And then we went out and we worked on the 50-50 drill. What that is you will load your magazine. You put the magazine in the gun. You rack the slide and chamber one round. You then remove the magazine. Then you take a nice, slow, aimed fire, just one round, right? One round on the target. Focusing on your grip, focusing on your trigger press, focusing on doing everything absolutely correct. And then you take that dry fire, take that first shot, and then when you take that first shot, you bring the trigger back out to trigger reset. So you learn where that reset is, and then you give me a dry fire. And you want to press that just like you would any other time, just like you would if you were taking an actual shot. And it lets you see if you're flinching or not. It lets you see how your trigger press is. And you do that, 50 to 100 times, right? Pretty much one round at a time with a dry fire following it. And then when you're done, you put the magazine back in, chamber another round, remove the magazine, and do it all over again. Really slows you down and really isolates what you're focusing on, and it makes for some good, accurate shots. It makes it so you can learn that trigger press really well. So we did that over and over and over and over again yesterday, and that was part of it. And what beautiful weather for a class. I think it was like 0 wind, and I think the sun was out, and we touched on right around 50 degrees. Absolutely beautiful. The day before that, we had 70-mile-an-hour winds. So that is early springtime in Idaho. That's what you get. Sometimes you get the bad weather, and you get those good days, right? It was a perfect day for a class. I mean, we were out there in T-shirts almost shooting, and it was it was nice. If you are local to me and you follow me on social media, you'll see that I actually got a new order of hats in, and I went with a different design. Instead of having an embroidered hat, which I'm still going to have those as well, I found a company that actually makes patches. But instead of actually leather patches or embroidered patches, they make stainless steel patches. And it has allowed me to widen my variety. I've always had a problem with my logo. It's red, white, and blue, right? Patriot Defense. You can see my logo on my social media page. But I've always had a problem, and it always makes it so I have to put it on something black or gray, right? Because it's got to kind of, it's got to look good with that red, white, and blue, and you kind of you limit, right? You limit things, the backgrounds. And so my hats were always hot and heavy. I mean, they're good hats, but they're always, they're dark colored, so they're always hot, right? In the summertime, it just kind of heats you up real good. So I've been looking for a way to incorporate more colors, like in my swag and my hats and stuff. And so what I ended up going with was there's this company called Badge Caps out of Texas, and they create a stainless steel patch. And they're able to attach it to the front of the hat, and I think I got it on the front left panel. But it is just stainless steel, so there's no color to it. And you can go check those out on the social media page. It's actually pretty cool. And I was able to get any color hat. So I got multiple colors for women, colors for the guys, from bright neon green to purple and red and light pink and hot pink and green and blue and gray and all kinds of different colors that I wasn't able to get before. So I'm really happy. Now they kind of came at a premium price. I mean, it wasn't cheap to have that done, but my gosh, I had that class yesterday. I just received the hats on Friday. I had the class yesterday, and bam, 3 of them out the door. I think they're going to be a pretty big seller for me, so I'm pretty excited to get a different style hat out there. I've been running the same hat, the same logo now for 10 years. So it's time to switch it up again. So if you're local and you want one of those, hit me up. We can work something out. If you are taking a class from me, check them out. They're going to be here. It takes me a month to order them, so I'm hoping that my permit class coming up, that I'm going to get a lot of those things sold, and I can turn right around and get another order within the week. So at least place another order within the week, and it should be here at the end of the month. So that's what I am shooting for. But check those out. I'm kind of pretty proud of those hats. They're really nice. As far as any other kind of small talk, what do I got going on here at the range? Not a whole lot. We're looking for a lot nicer weather this coming week, so I'm going to reach out to my dirt guy and my dirt work, see if I can have some more dirt work done, as long as the weather remains nice and that the weather reports are true. And we know that sometimes they are not. But just going to the quick news story here, I did find there's lots of news stories out there right now, but this one kind of caught my interest, and it's a news article coming out of Chicago of all places, talking about the Glock switch. And if you don't know what a Glock switch is, they're going to go into detail and they'll kind of tell you what it is. But let me give you just kind of a rough idea of what the Glock switch is. It's a little thing that you can actually apply to the back of your gun, to the back of your Glock, your G19, your 17, whatever, right? And it takes your gun and it turns it into a full auto is what it does. Kind of silly, kind of ridiculous, but they're seeing them more and more on the streets. And I'm going to play a little audio. It's going to kind of talk about it here, and we can check that out.
Law enforcement across the country, including here in the Chicago area, are working to combat a dangerous trend of criminals using small devices that turn a handgun into a fully automatic weapon.
And WJN's Courtney Spinelli's been digging into the data that shows the spike in switch recoveries from city and county streets. It shares the uphill battle officials are facing to fight it.
That right there is what happens when a person shoots a semi-automatic pistol. Now, let's see the difference when a small device, only the size of a coin, is added to a gun with an extended magazine. If you're wondering how many rounds were fired, it was about 30 in just 2 seconds.
really in the last couple of years is where there's been an explosion. And the use of these machine gun conversion devices in weapons used during crimes.
These devices turning semi-automatic weapons into fully automatic go by a handful of names, one of the most common, known as a Glock switch.
It is so small, it's very hard to detect.
These switches are illegal under federal law, but it's not stopping criminals from finding ways to get their hands on them.
It creates an exponential threat to public safety.
Data obtained by WGN shows the number of conversion devices taken off the streets has spiked from 2021 to 2022 in Chicago and across Cook County. In all of 2021, Chicago Police Department officers recovered 395 firearm switch attachments, compared to more than 460 from the start of 2022 through the beginning of December.
The percentage of these that we're getting off the streets is just going like this. It's going up every year like 100%. And I don't see any end in sight.
Data from the Cook County Sheriff's Office backs a rise in switch recoveries from 2021 to 2022. More than 30 were attached to guns recovered in 2022, compared to 19 the year before. Deputies also recovered dozens of switches that weren't attached to guns, but under federal law, they're still considered a machine gun.
Now, the norm for us is that everyone we pull over has extended magazines. We find the switches that turn them into fully automatic. We find those all the time.
Switchblade, come on, man. What is wrong with you?
Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart says the number of assault weapons their department is taking off the streets is skyrocketing. A major concern he shares with Jeffrey Matthews, acting special agent in charge of the Chicago Field Division of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, or the ATF, is the increased risk of death when one of these switches is added to a handgun.
It's not simply a semi-automatic firearm now that's being discharged in a public area during a crime. It is a weapon of mass destruction.
Officials say it's extremely hard to control a gun modified with a switch, only increasing the danger to everyone around when that trigger is pulled.
Most likely they're going to hit everyone around them, and that's what we see.
One example, a deadly shooting that killed 2 men and left 7 other people injured, unfolding last May at a McDonald's. Court documents accuse one of the suspects in that shooting as having a Glock 19 modified with a switch. A bond court proffer shows the handgun recovered also had an extended magazine with the ability to hold up to 34 bullets, similar to this right here. According to court records, the suspect told detectives he knew how to get a switch for $20 or $25 on the street, and it wasn't the first time he had used them.
If there's one thing we all know, here in Chicago, gun violence is completely out of control. There's no way this should be acceptable in any society.
The big question is, how are authorities tackling the problem? Locally, some say it's been a major challenge as the presence of these devices has exploded. Dart compares it to the saying, drinking water from a fire hose.
Myself and anybody else would have to be lying to you to say, oh, well, we're on top of this, we know where they're coming from China, and how we can interdict them. No. We know where the people are printing them. No.
While Dart says much of the work is being done on a case-by-case basis as suspects are arrested and referred for prosecution, he believes the greatest need is harsher penalties to potentially deter this type of behavior.
The notion that somehow we're going to be able to do work on the front end here is beyond naive. That's just not going to be the case.
On a federal level, Matthews says this is an investigative priority for the ATF. They're offering training and information to their state and local partners as they work to fight the problem.
Really, my heart goes out to the first responders. Those are the ones that are really in the most danger of these devices, in my opinion.
Matthews says it is tough to know where the devices are coming from with the way they're manufactured, but the ATF has seen success partnering with local and state law enforcement. That includes a recent case handled by the ATF Chicago Field Division, where a man was convicted of possessing 117 switches and sentenced to 10 years.
That is 117 machine guns that were not used in crimes in the Chicago area.
A federal criminal complaint shows the suspect, Leonard Johnson, admitted to running a business where he sold switches for about $500 to repeat customers. The lead agent on this case says this is just one example, highlighting the ongoing efforts to stop this deadly problem.
It's becoming more problems, so seeing real results to stopping this is very nice.
Courtney Spinelli, WGN News.
And there you go. I mean, and it's like I want to say, I don't believe this is happening. I mean, it is, but I want to say I can't believe this is happening. I mean, this is in Chicago, right? This is in Chicago. This is a Democratic, left-run place, city, right? This doesn't happen. This won't happen. All those gun laws you have in place, all those gun laws you want to stick on us, you folks on the left. There's no way this is happening in Chicago, but yet it is. And let's just step away from this Glock switch. By the way, whenever I say switch, I think of I got a little boy, my 9-year-old, and I think of a Nintendo, right? I think of a Nintendo Switch. It's kind of funny. But a little more serious than that. But, let's look at Chicago. Let's look at every weekend. It's an absolute bloodbath over there, right? Even without these, for years it has been that way, and they're touted as having the most gun control, that gun control doesn't stop anything. Making new laws doesn't stop anything, right? They like you to think that it does, but it doesn't. And look, these Glock switches are becoming a thing over there, and they're like, where'd they come from? How do we stop them? How do we do this? They just keep getting them. We can't, and it's like they don't help their case any. Bad people are going to get bad things. And when you outlaw things, when you create new gun laws, the only people that are going to abide by them are what? Law-abiding citizens. The bad guys are still going to get these things, right? So these switches are outlawed, right? But look at, there's so many of them. Why? Because the bad guys are going to get them regardless. They're going to get them. They're going to get the firearms regardless. And I was quite surprised, right? Toward the end of that audio clip there, they actually talked on, I think there should be harsher penalties for these. Well, I do think there should be harsher penalties, right? And I think that they should be enforced. Make the penalties as harsh as you want, but if you don't enforce the laws that are already on the books, it doesn't mean anything. They can be, they could be super harsh as you want to make them, but if you don't enforce them, it doesn't matter. And there's stories, and I don't have the article, in front of me, the audio for this in front of me, but I've read articles and I've heard news reports, stories coming out of New York, and I'm sure you have as well, right? Of criminals saying, yeah, we don't care. We'll go do whatever we want. We don't, yeah, okay, so I did this. They actually have audio of someone saying, no, yeah, I just was arrested for this, but no worries, I'll be back out in 2 hours. Be back out in 2 hours. They aren't enforcing they want to know why there's crime. They want to know why these shootings are happening. First of all, more laws. That's always their answer. More laws. That doesn't help a thing. More laws don't help anything. They don't stop anything because you aren't enforcing the ones that we already have. I don't even have the number in front of me, and I should have. I saw an article that talked about how many gun laws are on the books, but yet it's still this horrible problem. So let's make more laws. Obviously, we have so many laws on the books already that's not enough. We need to make 2 or 3 more or 4 or 5 more to stop it. All you're going to do is you're going to disarm, right, the legal gun owners, the law-abiding citizens. You're going to make it harder for them to have firearms. You're going to make it more difficult for them to have firearms. You're going to, look at the ATF and for creating laws that they can't really create, but they're creating these laws that are instantly making law-abiding gun owners felons overnight, criminals overnight, because they have these things that they are deciding to outlaw. That's not the answer. Bad guys don't care. Bad guys aren't going to go get a concealed carry permit. Bad guys aren't going to, go and purchase a gun and say, whoa, that's got the Glock switch on it. I don't want that. I'm not buying that. I'm not allowed to have that. But yet I live in a place where I can't have this extended magazine either, but throw that in. They don't care. They don't care about the laws. They're going to get what they want, get what they need. And you break one law, you break them all. They don't care. These laws don't stop people. And then also in this audio clip, they're always pushing this stuff, and it's funny how they group things together, right? And I watched the video. You guys just heard the audio clip, but they started off saying this is how a semi-automatic sounds, and it's bang, 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 bang. And this is how a full auto with the gun with the Glock switch sounds, and it's like sounds like a full auto gun. But they say this is how it sounds paired with an extended magazine. Well, it sounds that way even if you got one of their magazines. but they want to say between the Glock switch and these horrible extended magazines, this is why we need to get rid of these extended magazines. These are horrible too. So we need to do this. We need to do that. They're always changing everything. They're always adding things together, making things sound scary. Like, here's this Glock switch. It makes it fully automatic. But what makes it really scary is when it's paired with an extended mag, right? The whole thing is just asinine. And I know you guys hear me say it all the time. And frankly, honestly, I get tired of saying it as well, right? I get tired of saying it as well. We don't need more gun laws. Enforce the ones that you already have. And then all this, out of supposedly one of the most gun controlled places in the country, Chicago, and they're the ones that are having problems with these Glock switches. That just tells you laws. The laws don't do anything except for keep everything out of the law-abiding citizens' hands. The bad guys are going to get it no matter what. I mean, it doesn't matter. They're the law-abiding citizen, or the people bent on the bad guys, hell bent on breaking the law. Laws aren't going to stop them. They're going to do whatever they want to do. It is, and honestly, the laws are just meant to disarm us. I frankly don't think they care about the bad people. They're meant to disarm us. Okay, not the bad people and not the people in charge. They're meant to disarm us, because once you take our guns. We've gone over it time and time again. Once you take our guns, you can do what? You can do whatever you want at that point, right? The guns, the firearms, that's the only thing that we have. That's the one thing that we have that keeps them from doing what they want to do, from imposing tyrannical, government rule upon us. Is we have firearms. I'm sorry about that noise. I've got my new dog Sedona in here, and I don't know what she's dreaming or something over here, and she's grunting, she's growling, she's upset by these gun laws too. That's what it is. But we have to fight to keep our rights. We have to fight to keep our firearms, because it's the one thing that's going to keep everything in check. And that's why, and they know that. That's why they're coming after them as hard as they're coming after them. That's why they want them. So, little ranty on that one. Sorry about that. I've been kind of when I hear about myself, doing the podcast by myself, I get a little ranty because I'm trying to fill time, but right. And I got no one opposing me, so I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. I want to, let me look here, revisit this. Well, not revisit it, but let's talk about it. So last week I put some posts up on my Facebook page, my business page, right? And I've had quite a few actually. I had quite a few people actually get a hold of me, shoot me messages, whatever, and they took. And I mean, everyone's got a right to their opinions. I get it. I'm okay with that, but I wanted to clarify some stuff. But everyone, they had some problems with what I posted. And I posted 2 pictures, right? 2 memes, pictures, whatever you want to call them. And one of them showed it showed a bunch of different colors of the rainbow. And it says, every civil right for every single person. And the other one, let me find it, showed a gun in rainbow colors, just a picture of a gun, not a picture, but like a silhouette of a gun in rainbow colors. And it says, stay strapped, my friends. And I put that there because I want everyone to understand that it doesn't matter who you are. And this is coming from me, and this is coming from Patriot Defense. I'll just throw it out there. Maybe it'll hurt my business, maybe it won't. But I've thought about this, not just recently, but that too, but even way before that. Why do I own my own business, right? Why do I own my own business? Because I want to be me. I want to be true to me. And if that kills my business, if that hurts my business, I don't care. Right? If I wanted to go and work for someone and I wanted to be told what to do, and and be told how to act, I would go work for someone. That's what I would do. I own my own business, and I have my own belief system, and my business is going to run a certain way. And I'm going to throw out there right now that it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter your ethnicity, your race, your religion. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter. Your sexual preference does not matter to me, right? We all live here on this planet. And everybody has the God-given right to self-defense. Everybody. I don't care who you are. And I've had all kinds of different people from everywhere come and take my classes. And it doesn't matter who you are. I will treat you the same no matter what. It doesn't matter to me. You all have a God-given right to self-defense. Everybody. It does not matter. Men, women, LGBTQ people. It doesn't matter to me. Everyone here is welcome at Patriot Defense. And I'll teach all of you the same thing. I will teach you how to use a firearm, how to be safe with it, how to be proficient with it, how to be confident with it, right? How to use it to be able to defend yourself. And let's really think about it. Let's back this up again, because I just want to clarify too, right? I want to be friends with everyone, and it comes with my libertarian mentality, right? I do what I do as long as it doesn't hurt someone else, and you do what you do. And if it doesn't hurt someone else or bother me, then I really don't care what you do. It doesn't matter to me what you do in your personal life, right? We all are here. If you come here and you're taking a class, you want to learn how to use a firearm, you want to learn how to defend yourself. And that's fine with me. And I'm going to go as far as to say that even goes for, are you on the left? Are you a Democrat? It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me, right? You can come and you can learn to use a firearm. Everyone has, like I said, I'm going to say it again. Everyone has the God-given right to self-defense. And I honestly don't think God hates certain groups of people. I really don't. My God, the one that I believe in, is a loving God, and he loves everyone no matter what. And he would want them to be able to have this right to defend themselves. No one is belittled or smaller in the eyes of my God than someone else. My God loves everybody. I don't care what religion you are. It doesn't matter to me. God loves you. And maybe you're not very religious. That's fine. And that's fine with me. And I don't know how religious I am necessarily, but I believe there is a God. And I believe we are all children of God. And he wants what's best for all of us. And he loves us all equally, right? That's the way it should be. Now, I don't have to necessarily agree with you. I don't have to necessarily agree with the way you choose to live your life, and that may not be for me, but guess what? I don't care. I'm not going to say anything. If it's not bothering me, I don't care. It does not matter to me. You can still be a friend. You can still come and you can still learn how to shoot. And you can do that here at Patriot Defense. I'm not going to discriminate against anybody or anyone. It does not matter to me. I've had all kinds of people here. I've had, I've had people that have moved here from other countries. I've had people who they were in wheelchairs. I've had older people here. I've had younger people here. I've had people of all different beliefs. I've had people on the LGBTQ scale here. It doesn't matter to me. Everyone is due. And if you look, so there's certain groups, right? There's certain groups that, to a certain extent, might be a little more in the need necessarily to learn how to use a firearm for self-defense. I mean, if you look at, everyone needs it, but there's certain groups, right? So you look at the Pulse nightclub shooting, right? You look at, I forget the name of it, but you look at the nightclub shooting that was just over there in Colorado. I think that was actually this year. Yeah, I think that was this year or toward the end of last year. I don't remember. I don't have that information right in front of me. But there's certain groups of people that would need this more than other groups of people. And I'm okay with that. I will teach you. It doesn't matter who you are. So if you're out there and you're listening to my voice and you need a place, you feel like like your life could be in jeopardy, or you want to learn how to defend yourself, get a hold of me. Let me know. We can work up a private class for you if you're unsure, if you're uncomfortable being around a big group of people. It makes no difference to me. Everyone has that right, and I will help. It's my goal, it's my passion to teach you how to do that. Now, I've done podcasts on this before, and I'm saying the exact same thing, and I just think it needs to be reset every now and then. And hurt my business or not. I mean, I know where I live, right? I know where I live. And I know maybe what people believe around here. And it's okay. If you don't agree with me, that is fine. It is fine. And you can still come take a class from me. If you don't agree with me and you'd rather go get training somewhere else, by all means, go get training somewhere else. I tell everyone, before you go and get any kind of handgun training, look into the instructor. See if they sync up with you. See if they believe and they make you feel comfortable and believe the same things and teach the way you want to be taught. Do that. Check into your instructors. And if you check into me and you say, hey man, I don't like your stance on this, then go somewhere else. I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. But just go get training. If you're looking for training, go get training. Know that you can come here. But if for some reason I make you uncomfortable, go find it somewhere else. But get it. Get it. You need it. It's worth it. Especially if you're going to carry a gun. You have the right to self-defense. Buy that gun. Learn how to use it. And I'm going to throw this out there too. And I've actually done this for a handful of people. And I'll do it for anyone if they ask. And typically I'll do this free of charge just because I like going and looking at guns. If you are local here and you want to buy a gun and you don't want to be intimidated, or you feel like you're going to be intimidated, or you're feeling silly because maybe you don't know what to look for when you're purchasing a firearm. Maybe you don't know the questions to ask. Maybe you are kind of intimidated. Maybe you've went and tried to purchase a gun and the guy behind the counter treated you rudely. He talked down to you. He treated you badly. They treated you badly. They acted like they didn't have time for you. Let me know. I have time for you. I will take you and we will find a gun. We will go and we will search around the stores and we will find a gun to fit you. I will help you do that. You purchase that firearm and then come and take a class and we'll get your confidence level up. I understand what it's like to be uncomfortable and nervous doing something that you're kind of new about. I mean, I've gone on to those Facebook pages. I've gone on. In fact, I was just thinking about one this morning. I was out running, and there's a Facebook page dedicated to running the Grand Canyon rim to rim to rim. They call it the R3, and it's a pretty good place to glean information and ask questions, or so I thought. I was on there. I have not ran R3. I've thought about it. In fact, I was going to a while back, and then I got injured. It kind of sucked. But I had questions because I had never done it before. And so I went looking for information, and I asked a simple question, and they treated me like garbage. They treated me like crap. They didn't know me, but they treated me badly. And I'll be honest with you, it kind of upset me, and I didn't go back. I just went and found information elsewhere, right? Don't let that happen to you if you're out shopping for a gun, right? Let me know. I'll go with you. I'll help you. I have no problem, right? I'll help anyone. Everyone, like I said, I'm going to say it again for like the 20th time. Everybody has the God-given right to self-defense. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you sleep with. I don't care what you believe in. I don't care where you're from. I will help you. There's no judgment on my part. I'm the least judgmental person out here. It doesn't matter to me. Let me know. I will help you out. I'll help your group out. Like I said, that's me. That's my business. Everyone and anyone is allowed here at Patriot Defense. So I'm going to go ahead and climb down off the soapbox. I've been on here now for a little over 30 minutes now, and I got to head out to my dad's. Like I said, it's his birthday, and I wasn't being a good son and kind of forgot about it. So I didn't miss it yet. It is today. So he's not going to know that I missed it, and I know he doesn't listen to this podcast. But thanks for joining me. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the listens, and we will get back to the live again. I just did not have time today. I have excuse after excuse after excuse, don't I? But share this with your family, share it with your friends on social media. Help us grow. That would be absolutely fantastic. You can call me. You can text me. Area code 620-794-6223. That's area code 620-794-6223. Maybe you like what I had to say. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you think I'm a moron. And that's fine. Tell me. It doesn't matter to me. Let me know if you want to get it off your chest. Let me know. Maybe like I said, my beliefs is everyone's here. Everyone can come and get. It doesn't matter. I don't care who you are. So let me know. We will make it happen. If you haven't, go check out the social medias, the Instagram, the Facebook page, even the TikTok. I posted a video a few weeks ago, and people just keep commenting on it every day, and it's kind of interesting. I don't go and run and read all the comments because some of them just piss me off, but people can comment whatever they want. Doesn't matter to me. Check it out. You might be a little entertained. And I also wanted to give a shout out to Bathroom Paul. Bathroom Paul. He's been a guest on this show. He needs to get on here again, but he's busy right now. He's going back to school, and I want to give a shout out to him. Say great job for going back to school and finding something that you love to do. And I look forward to his new venture when he gets out of school, and try to support him the best way that I know how. He's going to be a barber, and unfortunately I don't have a big lustrous beard that he can do anything with, but maybe I'll let him shave my hair next time I need a haircut. I don't know, but I enjoy following him. If you haven't, go out and find I'm going to look it up real quick here, I think, just so I can give you guys out the right information. But if you're on Facebook, go over, and she's trying to kind of build a following. So when he gets out of school, right, he's got a following built up here. Let me just, is this it? Yeah, this is it. Actually, go find him on Facebook, Bathroom Paul's Beard Balm, and that is his wonderful picture on the front there. And maybe if you got a beard, you need some beard balm, go check it out, because I know he sells that stuff too. Let's help him get through school. He's taking a big leap of faith here. I'm gonna like to help out my friends. So Bathroom Paul's Beard Balm, and I believe he's under that as well on the Instagram. So go over and check that out. If you just follow his page and like his posts, that would be absolutely fantastic. I would definitely appreciate it, and I know he would too. We got to help out listeners wherever we can, and I will see you guys. I'll see you guys next weekend. Thanks. Bye.